Autonomous cars. An autonomous vehicle, also known as robotic, or informally as a conducible or without a driver, it is a vehicle capable of imitating the human capacities of management and control. How to autonomous vehicle is able to perceive the environment and navigate accordingly. 1. The driver will be able to choose the destination, but is not required to activate any mechanical operation of the vehicle. The vehicle's instinct they perceive the environment by means of complex technologies as laser, radar, LiDAR, global positioning system and vision computerized. The advanced systems of control interpret the information to identify the appropriate route, as well as the obstacles and the relevant signposting. The autonomous vehicles generally are capable of crossing before programmed roads and need a cartographic reproduction of the area with which if a route is not gathered by the system, it is possible to give him a case that could not advance of coherent and normal form. In the world there are several active programs, but for this definitive implantation, it is needed of an adjustment of several aspects derived from the road safety and as for insurances. They are some of the doubts that there concerns a form of transport that is near being a reality in a few years according to companies involved in his development, as Google, Daimler AG, BMW, Renault, Ford or Volvo, as well as Bosch or area of component. Cars. Electric cars. An electric car is a car powered by one or more electric motors, using electrical energy stored in rechargeable batteries. The electric motors provide instant torque electric cars, creating a strong, continuous acceleration. They are also up to 3 times more efficient than an internal combustion engine. The first practical electric cars emerged in the decade of 1880. 2-3 In fact, electric cars were popular in the late 19th and early 20th century, until advances in internal combustion engines, especially with the introduction of the automatic starting device, and the mass production of cheapest petrol cars. The cars of today are very technology to this includes airbags. They are very useful and its function is to be activated thousandths of a second after a shot for the safety of the people. The technology also include electric and hybrid engines, which serve to less pollution of the environment. Then we found the engines with injection, electrical, indirect, direct, sequential, among others, which brings us to the society in the fuel savings. There are other types of technology that is seen on the outside of the car as the sunroof that is located on the roof of the car and brings much in the design of it, giving us a more robust personality, also gives us a better ventilation and view to the outside. History of the automobile. The history of the car starts with the self-propelled vehicles by steam from the 18th century. In 1885 the first vehicle by internal combustion engine with gasoline. It is divided into a series of stages marked by major technological milestones. One of the most characteristic inventions of the 20th century has been without doubt the car. The first prototypes were created at the end of the 19th century, but it was not until a decade later when they began to be seen as something useful. The attempt to obtain a driving force to replace the horse is dating back to the 17th century. The car runs through the 3 phases of the major means of propulsion: steam, electricity and gasoline. The first vehicle to steam, 1769, is the Fedit, created by Nicholas Joseph Cunnat, too heavy, noisy and frightening.